Addie Rothstein. Senior, Candy Whitaker. Junior, Victoria McMillan. Freshman, Ella Fox. Senior, Shina Chen. Freshman, Claire Jones. Senior and captain, Morgan Shambo. Senior, Michaela DeFrancisco. Sophomore, Taylor Gomez. Junior, Avery B. Young. Junior, Macy Armstrong. Freshman, Lauren Goliotto. Junior and captain, Natalia Tyranny. Senior, Emily Joyce. Sophomore, Dahlia Javeri. Sophomore, Ann McKenzie. Sophomore, Ava Shink Davis. Freshman, Noelle Bochek. Junior and captain, Josie Moylan. Sophomore, Sarah Getter. Sophomore, Nora Sherman. Senior, Michaela Burton. The Cornell Big Red are coached by Melanie Hall, assisted by Mike Brackman. And now for your Westchester University Golden Rams. Sophomore, Riley Harada. Junior, Hannah Shelton. Junior, Leanna Schultz. Senior, Anna Lacey. Sophomore, Emma Grace Kelly. Sophomore, Tatum McQuinn. Junior, Corinne Gruber. Freshman, Ava Griffith. Freshman, Gianna Smith. Freshman, Grace McNamara. Senior, Sarah Eskew. Senior, Melina Ringus. Freshman, Caitlin Tatum. Junior, Catherine Leiden. Freshman, Allie Subcheck. Freshman, Bailey Green. Freshman, Jasmine McCumsky. And senior from Trumbull, Connecticut, McCarthy Queen. Freshman, Maddie McCullough. Sophomore, Catherine Keener. Junior, Lydia Stoner. Senior, Carol Vargo. Freshman, Diane Williams. Your Westchester University Golden Rams are coached by Barbara Cordova, assisted by Stephanie Stevens. We now ask that you all rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of Lift Every Voice, followed by the national anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening
Thank you. Children, please report to your first rotation.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And for the final time this season, welcome back to the Sturzebecker Health Science Center for the WCU Gymnastics Your Cause Meet, which means all of the gymnasts will be competing for a cause that's bigger than them. Cornell is competing for mental health awareness, and Westchester is competing for a wide range of causes, like breast cancer awareness to veterans appreciation. So keep an eye out, and you may be able to see their cause ribbons in their hair. Today, we once again have a GEC matchup, as the Golden Rams will be taking on Cornell University. My name is Tiara DiTomaso. I'm a Golden Ram alumni from the class of 2023, and I'm so excited to be here with Bailey.
Hey everyone. Thank you for that introduction, Tiara. That was great.
So, starting on vault today, as per usual, we have the Golden Rams. They're led by head coach Barbara Cordova, who's in her 18th season at WCU. She's assisted by Stephanie Stevens, who's in her 9th season at WCU. Cordova is super close to tying the record for most wins by a WCU women's gymnastics coach, a record currently held by her former head coach, Sandy Thiels. Westchester is looking to hit their peak now as we head into postseason next week. Westchester is currently sitting with an average score of a 191.59 and a season high of a 193.175. Last weekend at the Pink Invitational, WCU saw multiple gymnasts match their season or career high scores, including first-year Ava Griffith, sophomore Emma Grace Kelly, and senior Kara Vargo. And now, with only 2 more chances to raise their NQS, WCU is hoping for a stellar performance and to really leverage being on their own turf.
And for Cornell, we have head coach Melanie Hall and assistant coach Mike Brockman. Melanie Hall has been there for many years. She started out as an assistant coach and is now entering her 5th season as a head coach. Mike has also been there for 5 years as the assistant, and they are going to be looking to also hit that 24 for 24 today. And this is going to be a great meet. I mean, their season high is a 193.575, averaging a 192, which is a great score for Cornell. So again, they're going to want to be reaching that 193 plus, and both teams are going to be very close. So it's going to be a great meet.
Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsors for this event: IGC, USAG, DGS, HEGO, and Synergy Gymnastics. Thank you all for your support. This event would not be possible without you, and the Golden Rams are extremely grateful.
Yeah, so Tiara, what are we looking for this meet? Look at those sponsors, lovely sponsors.
So many incredible sponsors. What are we looking for? Well, we are about to head into postseason, right? This is our last meet before these gymnasts are into their conference championships, which will be held at Cornell next weekend. So both of these teams will travel there. But this is the point in season where these teams want to hit their peak. Like you mentioned, they're looking to hit 24 for 24, right? They want to put up 6 gymnasts on each event and hit all 6. So they don't have to drop a fall, and instead they're just dropping that low score. But ideally, they're hitting all of their max scores now, trying to max out their NQS as high as possible.
Yeah, very well said. They really do want to be honing in on those landings. We are going to see some Yurchenko fulls today, and on bars, just really hitting those handstands. And like you said, like we're heading into postseason, so they're going to be wanting to hit those highs and build off of each other, really.
Yeah, we're no longer in the, okay, maybe a handstand a little short, not to fall over is okay. Now you want all of those handstands. You want those stuck landings. This is the time for it.
Yeah, and a lot of times too, I feel like, people will say that their lineups are solidified, and a lot of times they are, but hopefully, if they can show and showcase some depth, maybe those people that are in the 7th spot are really pushing the lineup to be that much better.
In this rotation, competing for Westchester
excited.
on the ball.
I agree. This is also the last time we're going to see exhibition routines because those don't exist when we get into postseason. Also, the format of where the gymnasts are, allowed to be this close to the equipment, that's also going to go away. They're going to be corralled, which is like a whole new ball game next weekend. But for now, they're going to enjoy being right next to their teammates and absolutely screaming support in their ears.
Yeah, absolutely. I love, being corralled is such a thing in the postseason. You get this entire season where you're so close, just like they are now, and then you have to be feet away, like many feet away in a little box, cheering your teammates on from afar. It's so different. It's such a different kind of energy that you have to build.
Yeah, trying to project your voice further. As opposed to yes, I'm screaming when I'm this close, but now I have to also project my scream. It can't just be right out the top of my lungs.
Yeah, you will be losing your voice by the end of that.
Oh yeah, 1000%. All right, looks like our 4-minute touch is ending. So if we take a look at our lineups really quickly, it looks like Kara Vargo, senior for Westchester, is going to be starting out on vault. And on the uneven bars for Cornell, it's going to be Josie Moylan.
On vault here, what are some key things that we should look for in the entry and
definitely
vault itself?
Entry, you want to make sure you have a strong entry into the table. The vault itself, you want good block, good height and distance from the table, and then obviously we want to look for a very nice landing. That was Kara Vargo. Looks like she didn't quite get the block that she wanted off the table. Did that tuck full, low on the chest on the landing. I'm not sure if her hands touched the ground, so don't know if it's going to count as a fall or not. But hopefully Westchester can turn that around right away.
Yeah. It just seemed like she was almost really open in the twist itself. So yes, we said tucked full, but it was a very open tucked full.
That's always a hard problem. I know twisting in a tuck is a little bit funky. It's not as straightforward as twisting in a laid out position. So in its own way, even though it's technically labeled as not as difficult because it doesn't have as high of a start value as a layout full, it is equally as difficult in its own way.
Oh yes, it 100% is. I agree. Second vault here. Another one of those Yurchenko tucked fulls, much better than put it to her feet.
I loved how she really pulled that chest up on the landing. That was first year Ava Griffith.
Wow, impressive as a freshman as well. She really had some nice height. You can tell that with the lift that she got off the table.
Yeah, Westchester really been relying this year on the 10 freshmen that they brought in this season. They graduated a large class last year of, I believe, 7. So they brought in these 10 first-year students to take their place, and they've really been contributing in the lineups all season.
That is awesome. And here we are going to start out, like you mentioned, with Josie Moylan for Cornell. And it looks like she must have hit her hand on that vault, the first athlete that went up. She did 8-7.
Yeah. Up next for Westchester on vault is going to be Ali Subcheck.
Starting out on bars. Nice first handstand. Gonna do oh no. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I hope she's okay. It looks like she was supposed to go into a Jaeger. Unfortunately, had a slip of her grip, and they're just making sure that everything is okay.
Yeah, that's really hard.
Yeah, in those moments, you want to make sure that the athlete is stable, especially when you do unfortunately hit your head. On the other side, that vault was very nice as well.
Yes, Allie had a nice, I believe she did also a Yurchenko tuck full.
And those start at a 9.9, which is a great start value.
Getting those Yurchenko tuck fulls into the lineup this year has helped Westchester. In the past couple years, they've had to compete a lot of Yurchenko layouts, which start from a 9.7, I believe, or is it a 9.75?
9.7, I think it's 9.7.
The more years I get disconnected from being on the team, the more I question myself on these numbers.
Yes, but what an incredible hand front. That had a nice controlled landing as well.
That was our third first-year student in a row on this rotation. So again, they're really holding their own on this team right now.
They absolutely are. And happy to see that Cornell gymnast did get up. And they're just going to be moving on to their second athlete here. And this is one of their key athletes. She does a nice swing half into a ginger, just catching a little bit close. She just closed her shoulders a little bit too early there. Gonna finish up strong. Nice handstand. Oh no. And again, just going a little bit too hard, too aggressive on that last handstand. Like we mentioned in the beginning, we want to see them hitting those handstands. So sometimes you try so hard that unfortunately you power it over. And that's exactly what she did, unfortunately. She's going to want to finish this routine up strong. Take a nice dismount, double layout, and a stuck landing. They are going to have to count that routine with that fall and hit of her heels. But what a hard ask, to come back and do that after a teammate fell in front of you.
I'm super impressed that she stuck that double layout though. Showing so much adversity and just being able to finish up the routine despite what happened earlier is such a great skill to have. And even if there was a mistake in that lineup, that's exactly what you want to see the gymnasts get up and do.
Absolutely. And another great vault for Westchester. All right, Shara, was that another freshman?
It was.
Wow. I'm just so impressed that, for a freshman to come in and be in most lineups and having those control landings, that's very impressive.
Yeah. Last up for Westchester on vault in their anchor position is going to be senior Sarah Eskew. So they still do have a senior athlete anchoring the rotation. Yes, we did have 4 freshmen in a row, but we have a senior now. Don't worry, everyone.
That's funny.
She's going to do a full-on tuck off. A little bit crooked, but she pulled it around, got it to her feet.
Yes, and such a hard vault. We were talking about this earlier offline, and such a hard vault to even think about. And I believe that starts with 10.0, if not a 9.95.
In the tuck, it's a 9.95.
Okay.
In a pike, it's a 10.0.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Look at you. See? Not that far removed.
I question these things now. It used to be like the code of points was just absolutely memorized in my brain.
Yes.
And now it's like, okay, let me think a little harder about this before I say the wrong thing.
Right? Like when I was coaching optionals, I knew the quota points, like, you know, in the back of my head every time. I could be like, oh, yep, C plus C is 2/10, and this skill is this. And now I'm like, oh, I coach compulsory. I don't need to know that.
Yeah, and then, you know, they always try to update all the rules.
Yeah. Oh, every 4 years, and then you're like, oh gosh.
Yeah. Exhibitioning here on vault, first year, Caitlin Tatum. Yurchenko layout full. Didn't quite get enough height, landed short, but she did get a ton of distance from the table. So there is definitely potential there for the future.
Yes, absolutely. Looks like there's going to be a judges conference for that last routine. So that typically means if the start value isn't the same or if they are too far from each other with their scores are too far apart from each other. But it looks like they got it figured out. They usually do this conference and go over their meet notes or their judges' writings that they do for each of the skills to make sure that they're on the same page. Because she did have a couple of different mistakes. So, you know, she hit her feet on the ginger, and I don't really know too much about judging, but I don't know if that counts as a skill if you hit your feet and things, as well as that fall later on in the routine.
I believe that she'll get credit for the skill, but they might give a deduction for like interrupted rhythm of the routine.
Yep. See, this is why we have you.
I don't know.
You know all the
I'm
rules.
questioning myself.
No, I mean, you know, as a gymnast, as you're going through it, like you have an idea of all the quota points, like you mentioned, your rules of everything. You're gonna see that Jaeger beautifully done.
This is Captain Morgan Shambo.
Yes, right back down to the low bar. A little shy on that handstand. Nice bar swing though. She's got great rhythm. Huge double layout. A hop on the landing. But very well done, and I think they really needed that routine, especially from their captain. Being able to come back after a couple mishaps in the lineup.
Yeah, that's, you know, the mark of a seasoned competitor.
What better person to call on your captain to be in that spot?
Vault is done, so we're just over here on bars until this rotation wraps up. We'll have 2 more gymnasts and then 1 exhibition.
Yes, and there shouldn't be any more or any judges conference on that routine. That was a very well done routine.
Oh yeah. I think that one of the rule changes this year also was that any judge could call a judge's routine, and it didn't only have to, or a judge's meeting, it didn't have to only be a head judge.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like maybe we've been getting a lot of extra judges meetings because of that.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I know. I like reading the rules and then
Yeah.
I forget them.
A little shy on that first handstand, but again, got some nice swing to her routine. She does break that connection, unfortunately. She was supposed to connect that Maloney going back down to the low bar with a pack salto. But finishing up here, giant full, nice double tuck. Just chest low on the landing that caused that step forward. I feel like they're not quite getting their rhythm down right now. I feel like they, you know, those unfortunate falls in the beginning of the lineup, but you gotta take a deep breath. You know, you gotta take a deep breath, go through your cues, build on the momentum of that last routine. There is just gonna be a break of rhythm, like I mentioned in that last routine, but also some connection bonus lost.
Yes. In my opinion, bars and beam are the two harder events to start on. When you come into a meet, when you're starting out, you have so much like anxiety and nerves, and it kind of generates itself into like, I need too much power right now. And on bars, you don't necessarily need that. You need to focus more on rhythm. Yeah. So if you come right out of the gate and you're letting your nerves control you, you might just be shot here or there and not do the skill exactly how you'd planned. Whereas if you're starting on vault, you're starting on floor, you can use that to like create more energy and create more power and more force. But bars, you really do have to settle into that rhythm right away.
100%. And what were some things that maybe you did as an athlete to calm those nerves in those moments?
I was a huge believer in visualizing your routine before you would go. So at the chalk bucket or just like somewhere, not looking at the people competing ahead. And then also keywords. So telling yourself action words and phrases of things that you needed to do in that moment.
I love that. I mean, every athlete has their different things that they do, and but you have to just remember that you have to go back to those in moments of like when you're a little bit anxious or you feel your adrenaline coming on. Another one of those Maloney's here, right back down to a nice bail handstand. Great rhythm so far. Wow, beautiful. She does a toe front half. Nice routine. Wow.
That was gorgeous from Sarah Getter. You can tell why she is the anchor. That was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, yes. And she is a bar and floor specialist. She's claimed a couple of titles on bars, so not surprised at all that she's the anchor as well. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous routine.
Especially after having waited a little bit longer for her to go. You know, we had those few interruptions earlier on in the lineup, so being able to wait, have those interruptions go on, and then compete a great routine.
Yeah, absolutely. And in those moments too, I mean, she's obviously a veteran competitor, so she's probably been in moments like that. But at the end of the day, you had a couple falls, like you mentioned in the beginning. At that point, you know, you're out there and you're like, hey, I can do this. It's just one routine, because they've been probably doing 20 in practice each week. So at the end of the day, it's one routine. It is what it is. There should be no pressure.
Next, we'll have an exhibition routine from Nora Sherman.
That's a nice little string that they can use for that. That's cool. This will add on, fighting for that handstand. Again, like you mentioned, going to bars, you have so much adrenaline, and again, you want to hit those handstands. And she just had a little bit too much power. And you have what, 30 seconds to chalk up?
I believe so. 30 seconds. It's either 30 or a minute.
Yeah. 30 seconds is not a lot of time, so she's going to have to restart this entire routine. Have a memory of a goldfish. That never happened. She never fell over. She's going to restart. A little better. Shy on that one. She was being a little bit careful, but she does a huge ray. Coming back, nice handstand again, back down to the low bar, very clean.
I just know her forearms are screaming right now.
Right? That was like one of the worst things to do is if you fell in the middle of the routine or the beginning of the routine and you had to get right back up. Your rhythm just breaks and you get tired. You get tired very quickly. But she did a great job finishing. And I can see that, you know, potentially getting in the lineup. Maybe not this year since it is going to be postseason, but potentially next year. There is definitely that ability. All right, give us a quick summary.
So Westchester, started out Cara Vargo a little bit short on her vault, but then the freshmen got it back in order. They were able to put up nice scores around the 9.6 range, get a 48.05. Looks like we're waiting for eval of some scores for Cornell, but first routine from Josie. Oh, go ahead.
So, yes, first routine started out fantastic. We had Josie going 9.45, and then obviously we talked about a couple of falls there, but then we headed back and we got back on track with a couple 9.95 and then 9.225, and then ending with that highlighted routine from Sarah. She got a 9.7. So they ended their rotation with a 46.05. Not the best start for Cornell, but now they're going to be heading over to vault, where they do have some Yurchenko laid out fulls that we're going to be seeing. So they're going to want to forget about this bar rotation. They can't take it back. So it's done, it's over, move on kind of situation. So I'm hoping that they can rebuild as a team and regroup before heading into vault.
That is definitely going to be the key for them right now. I'm sure they're going to have a little team huddle, get some words of encouragement from their coaches and just really try to get back on track and do the best they can the rest of the meet.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely can be a hard situation to come out of, but we can definitely do it. And I think
because
go ahead, sorry.
Because we're in a dual format, Westchester is going to move to bars, Cornell is going to move to vault, so they're just going to flip-flop rotations.
Sounds great. And we're going to take a quick break as they warm up for those next rotations.
Take them when I'm gone. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need 30 more. Bruce stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
That concludes the first rotation. Gymnasts, please rotate to your next event. Your 4-minute touch will begin in 2 minutes.
When it's last call and they kick us out the door. It's getting kinda late, but the ladies want some more. Oh my, good lord. Tell them drink some. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting Still shooting out next year's day. Boy, still lose, that's the plan.
Your 4-minute touch begins now. Scores after the first rotation. In second place, Cornell with a score of 46.050. And in first place, Westchester with a score of 48.050. In the second rotation, Cornell will be competing on the balls, and Westchester will be competing on the bars. Competing for Cornell on ball.
And we are gearing up for this second rotation. Already seeing in warm-up some high-flying balls as well as some nice rhythm on the bars.
Competing on bars for Westchester.
I am really looking forward to this rotation, to seeing Cornell play to their strengths and really turn around and get back into the rhythm of things with this vault rotation.
Yes, they have Tammy Whitaker, who has been their anchor. She has an exciting vault, 10-0 vault. She does a Yurchenko tucked 1.5. So I'm very excited to see her as well.
So first up on vault for Cornell, we're going to see Addie Rothstein. And then first up on the uneven bars for Westchester is going to be Maddie McCullough. Maddie's cause today, she is competing for stroke awareness.
The 4-minute touch is now over.
First competitor on vault is ready to go. Yurchenko laid out full. Nice work. Did have a hop forward on that landing, but really nice positioning through the air. I didn't see any pike tips even coming down the landing. Really nice start for Cornell.
Maddie gonna open up this routine with a huge ray.
Wow.
Directly into that overshoot. I am always amazed by how much height she gets on that release move. Beautiful handstand.
So much power out of that toe hand. Wow.
Mindful double tuck. I'm not sure if there was a little hop there, if that was stuck.
Yeah,
I
it was
can't
kind of
quite
like
tell.
in place, you know? It was
It's
like
like-
a little bit in place.
A little bit of a toe raise, maybe.
Yeah. Yesterday,
But
I kept
great
telling
start.
people- yes, it was a great start for both teams. That was a incredible lead off for both Cornell and Westchester. And here's Sarah Getter. She was the athlete that anchored on bars. Also competing that
Quick turnaround
Yurchenko
the ball.
full. Yeah, really quick turnaround. Excuse me, Yurchenko half, laid out half. Again, just some closed shoulders on the vault table, so she didn't quite get the amplitude that we saw from others. But nice start, again, nice consistency so far.
Landings on those layout halves are so tough because you can't see the ground before it comes to you, so it's what we call a blind landing.
Yeah, a lot of the times you'll see coaches standing in front of them at the end of the mat, so they end up spotting the coach at the very end.
Senior Kara Vargo on bars now. Started with a Maloney to that shoot over handstand, a little bit of leg separation on it. Toe on front pike half. We saw one of those earlier from a Cornell gymnast. He learned that dismount this past summer. It was a great switch for her to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm loving the difficulty that we're seeing from both teams right now. And here is that Yurchenko full. That was a late twist.
That
She did a great
was.
job. Yeah. She did what I call a diver twist. You see that arm go up and then she crosses it over. Great
yeah.
amplitude. Just a big hop on that landing, unfortunately. Wow, nice.
I'm so
Maddie at
impressed.
975.
I am so impressed by how late she twisted.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh,
That's
I thought she was
like-
maybe doing a half.
That was crazy.
Yes. Very patient. Wow, Westchester already starting out with a bang. 975 for their lead off. Going back to vault here. Another one of those Yurchenko fulls. That was our best landing that we've seen from Cornell. Just that side step. Very controlled.
Started off with a shaposh into a pack. So a little bit different from the Maloney. She did it from a free hip entry instead of putting her toes on the bar.
Which is so much more difficult.
Really gonna crank these giants here, going for a double layout. A bit of a step back, but definitely a landing she was looking for. She was just telling me before the meet that she feels like her double layout dismount never looks like it's fully around on this camera. So she definitely got it around that time. She made sure of it.
Yes. And I liked how flat her hips were. She was very straight. Are they wiping like sticky stuff on the table, or are they just wiping down the table?
It is Tac 10, which is
Yep.
like a sticky little piece of not even fabric. It resembles what you put underneath carpets so that they don't
Yeah.
slide on a wood floor. That's like what it looks like. And it's just a little bit stickier. So a lot of the girls like to use it instead of chalk on vault so that they don't slip on the table. But it does. It looks exactly like the things you put under a carpet.
Yeah, it does. It does, but it has like a stickiness to it. Some
Yeah,
people even
personally,
use it on meat.
I hate it. Like it is like one of the worst feelings ever to me. I cannot stand it. But some people, whatever works for them, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, Westchester
I-
is crushing it. And here's this 1.5 that I mentioned. Tucked 1.5. Wow,
Wow.
had time to flare it out. Wow, I get on bars too. Beautiful gingered to bail.
Didn't get the rotation that she needed. She definitely had the height, but
Yes.
she didn't get that rotation in the flip. You need both. You can't have one with and not the other one, or you won't make the flip around.
100%. And especially with those dismounts, so we call there's many different names for that dismount. There's half in, half out, full in, full out. And she did more of a full in, so she twisted a bit early, which causes that rotation to slow down a little bit. I saw her warming up some open double tucks that were flipping very fast, so hoping that maybe she starts twisting that a little bit later. Here's an exhibition from Cornell. This will be Macy Armstrong. Cause. She has a nice soup full. Unfortunately, I cannot pronounce that entire name. I call it Cause. Cause full. She did a great job.
I'm Team Suk.
Soup. Love it.
Sukahara is so much easier to say.
I think it's a Kazumatsu. Yes. I don't want to butcher
There's
it.
too
I'm gonna
many.
stop there.
There's
I'm gonna
too
stop
many.
there.
Too many
Right?
syllables. You just never. You don't know.
Yes.
This is
Wow,
senior Melina Ringus.
I'm impressed with how clean Westchester is on bars.
This is definitely an event they've had to work on in the past couple years. So right now they do have a stronger lineup on this rotation, which is super nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great rotation for both teams. We saw Cornell come back after their mistakes on bars came out very strong on vault. And then Westchester just continuing to build on their vault rotation on bars. All right, how many freshmen were in that bar lineup for Westchester?
There were 2 freshmen. So the first was a freshman, Maddie, and then Grace was a freshman. And then now we just have the anchor left, which is going to be Sarah Eskew. She also anchored on vault.
Senior.
Yes. And Sarah is competing today for thyroid cancer awareness as her cause. Now, Sarah has beautiful lines on this event. She's going to open up with a big combination of a blind full into a ganger.
I love that combination. I love a good giant
It's
full
so
into
much twisting.
something. Yeah.
So
I
much
competed
spinning
a-
and twisting.
Yes. Oh, wow. Powerful handstand. Nice. Keeping those feet glued together throughout.
Yeah, she has such great form, such beautiful lines. Double layout.
Wow.
Just a slight step back on the landing, but everything else super well done.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I keep saying wow. That was just great routine, very clean, but also very polished and powerful.
Yes.
All right, so that is the end of our second rotation. I'm gonna start out with Cornell on vault. They came back from bars, and Cami got a 9.775 to lead that rotation. She was the athlete that did that Yurchenko tucked 1.5, starting from a 10.0. And then obviously throughout that rotation, we saw a lot of Yurchenko fulls as well as some laid out halves, and they're counting everything above a 9.5 on vault. So they ended up getting a 48.05 for the event total, which is incredible for that rotation.
Yeah, definitely a great comeback for them. Got this meet back on track, and we're still waiting for bars to get in Sarah's score, and then their event total is going to go up as we drop that 9.225 from Grace. But we started out with an amazing 9.75 from Maddie, and then we also saw some great scores, 9.625, 9.55. So this 47 should at least go up to a 48, which is very good.
Yeah, it did. So Sarah received a 9.7 on that routine. Very well deserved. And so they're at a 48.125. Very good.
That is a fantastic bar score for Westchester.
Absolutely. And just to total some things up, so after their second rotation, heading into their third, we will have Westchester continuing in Olympic order. They're going to be on beam. Cornell will be on floor. We're at the halfway point, so Westchester is leading the way with a 96.175, and Cornell is trailing behind with a 94.1. We are going to take a break, let the athletes warm up, and we will be back soon.
Your 4-minute touch begins now. After the second rotation, score updates are in second place, Cornell with a score of 94.1. And in first place, Westchester with a score of 96.175. In the third rotation, competing for Westchester on the beam, Anna Lacey, McCarthy Keene, Gianna Smith, Emma Grace Kelly, Lydia Snowden,
And
Tatum McGuinn.
we are
performing an
back
exhibition routine
heading into our
and
third rotation.
And on the floor exercise.
Got some
for Cornell.
exciting gymnastics going
Beta
on.
Francisco, Ella Fox,
Tiara
Josie Moylan,
Westchester is heading to beam. Beam is very similar to bars in an event that, like you mentioned, you have to kind of control your nerves, control that adrenaline. What are you looking for?
Yep. I think ideally today for Westchester, they're just looking to, get up, put up 7 routines, 1 exhibition, and hit all 7 of those routines. This is arguably one of their better events. So they just really need to go up there and do what they train every single day, and they will be able to put up a great score.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well said. And on floor is another great event for Cornell. They have
Yes.
some key athletes for them. They have Josie Moylan, excuse me. She is one of their anchors, and she has received a 9.875 as a season high this year. So going to be looking out for that routine for Cornell.
Yeah, and then some other things we're looking for on floor, again, just landings. We're emphasizing landings everywhere because they are super important. A step on every single landing adds up to essentially like an entire point. It really does matter. So these landings on floor, we're looking for artistry, 180 splits in all of our jumps and leaps.
Yes, and making sure that those leaps are all the way around. So you want to see those athletes from where they take off, coming out of their first element, and making sure they land exactly where they took off in the second element.
So our competitors starting out this rotation for floor, it's going to be Michaela DeFrancisco, and for beam, it's going to be Anna Lacey.
And starting out, Cornell, big double tuck. Oh, we talked about those landings. She looks like she may have gone out of bounds. Can't quite see the corner there. Just held on to that tuck a little bit too long, which caused her to bounce a bit out of that.
Too much power is always a slight bit of a better problem than an under rotation, though.
Yes. Yes, it is. We don't want to see any crunchy ankles.
Oh no, we hate crunchy ankles.
It does not feel good.
No.
Oh no.
Anna Lacey couldn't quite hold on her flight series, fell off on her back handspring layout step out.
And on floor, combination pass. Looks like she was going for a front layout. Unfortunately, only did a tuck out of that front full. Both teams just showcasing a little bit of nerves here in the start.
Anna brought out a strong finish, sticking her dismount. But again, starting out with a fall is tough in any rotation, but particularly on beams. So next up is going to be McCarthy Keene. She's going to definitely want to turn it around and get a hit routine and put Westchester back on track right away.
Yeah, that is a tough position to be in when your first athlete falls, because then you have to think the next 5 athletes count and they have to hit.
The ideal situation would be that the other gymnasts don't know that that's happening.
True.
I know a lot of people don't watch the gymnasts that go before them. They like to turn their back away. And then it's a matter of, is everyone else cheering loud enough anyways that you can't tell it was a fall?
Right, yes. Were you an athlete that turned away?
Yeah.
I loved watching. Even if they fell, like I had nerves afterwards, but I don't know, I just loved watching.
No, thank you.
I was an odd one. I love beam. It was like my safe space.
I love beam too. That's all good. And
Good.
So I am in the building right now. I'm not in the arena, but I'm in the building. And I walked in today and I looked at that beam and I said, that is a fresh beam cover. When did they cover that beam? And they said this morning. And I said, I love that.
Let me get on that beam. I want to touch it. Yes.
I know a
my
nice
God.
fresh beam cover is like ideal. The only thing it's bad for is a full turn.
I was just
But
gonna say,
everything
yes.
else, it's perfect.
Because it's sticky. It
It's
feels like
like,
sandpaper,
yes.
Yes.
It hasn't been ruined by chalk.
It doesn't get slippery.
Exactly.
But
It's
now
got
it is
so
ruined
much
by
grip.
chalk.
Yeah, of course.
That full turn was beautifully done. She didn't have any problems on that new beam.
Yeah. Did a triple series, so back handspring, layout, step out. Picked her leg up, but put it right back down. She is staying on that beam.
Yes, yesterday I was commentating and I kept saying, put that foot down. You want to keep those feet grounded into the beam.
Lower your center of gravity.
Exactly, you know it.
So McCarthy today is competing for Alzheimer's and disability representation awareness. So she has purple and red in her hair today.
Nice routine. That got them back on track. That was a great second routine for them.
Definitely what they needed.
I mean, it should be fine right where it is. Yeah.
Did you compete a gainer pike off the end of the beam?
I did. I did not come into college with that dismount, but then I learned it while I was at Westchester. So I went with a back handspring 1.5.
Okay.
It was not a great back handspring 1.5 because it's quite hard to generate a bunch of power from just a single back handspring.
Yes, it
And
100% is.
I had a lot of wrist problems, so it
Gotcha.
was like particularly difficult.
Yeah. I
Gainer
don't doubt
pike was a
that.
good switch.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it may look easy from the athletes that are competing that dismount, but it is very hard to learn in
Yes.
some ways. I was not a gymnast that did a gainer. I was not a gainer person. I tried it once and I'm done. I'm good. I'll stick to my round off.
Yeah, the gainer pike is weird because you're flipping backwards, but you're traveling
Going
forwards. So it's like defying all other laws of what you're used to in gymnastics and also like physics.
Yes, yes. And Cornell starting out with their second routine on floor, started out with a combination pass 1.5 front layout. Nice series from Westchester.
This is first year student Gianna Smith on balance beam.
Come on, G, let's go! Easy! Yep. Settle, G, let's go!
Always it's that full turn.
Always the full turn. See, again, odd athlete over here. That series, I did a full turn on both legs. So I did a full turn on my bad side, and then I went into my good side full turn. Loved turns.
Did you connect it into something?
Nope, just connected the two full turns together for fun.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't mean it. Like there was no bonus. It was
Whatever
just-
works.
I was just
Was
like,
one
this
an
is fun.
inward turn or
Nope.
Was
They were
one
both-
inward or were they both out?
They were both like they were both the same turn. No, none of them were outward turns.
That's so random. and just a full.
Just a full.
No bonus.
No bonus.
Bailey, what were you doing with your time on the beam? You have limited time.
I know. I don't know.
And you're connecting full turns.
I just thought it was different, so I wanted to be cool. Okay, and it wasn't that cool.
I mean, if you did it, I'd probably be like, wow. But if you wobbled on it, I'd be like, why did she do that?
What are you doing? Yeah. Funny enough, like, I did my bad leg full turn first, so if I was a little bit off on that, I would just keep going. But I would more times than not, I would wobble on my good leg full turn.
You were
I don't
overthinking
know.
it.
I was overthinking it, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes for fun too, in competition, if my series was on, I would add a little flutter jump after. Yeah, for fun.
Yes. I did a split jump after mine when I was in like high school, just for an extra 10th of bonus.
Yeah. It just made the routine more exciting, you know?
This is Emma Grace Kelly on balance beam. I always say this, but I just adore her artistry. I think that the way that she carries herself on this event is so composed and elegant. Going for a flight series.
Come on.
Off on those side aerials. Unfortunately, Westchester will have to count a fall now on this rotation.
And on floor, you're watching Josie Moylan. You can see exactly why she has received that 9.875. That was a beautiful Rudy to that layout. Ooh, fun leap combination. You don't see very many of those wolf swing hop fulls.
They're also like super difficult because you have to make sure that you keep your straight leg all the way up the entire turn, and a lot of people drop it early, and so you lose the value of the skill and you get a deduction, so it's really hard to get it fully around and also not completely throw yourself off to the side.
100%. Both athletes finishing out strong with that stuck gainer full and then a huge double pike from Josie. Definitely one of their best routines that I've seen so far from Cornell.
All right, Bailey, while we have a second here that nobody is competing, I need your thoughts on 2-pass floor routines. I do this every time I commentate with someone new. What are your thoughts?
Oh, hot take? No, I'm just kidding. I understand why people are doing 2-pass routines. I understand it. But I prefer probably a 3-pass routine, in my opinion. And I say that I understand the 2-pass routine because you do want to preserve their bodies. It is a long season. And if they are able to gain bonus in the leap combinations or whatever it may be, awesome. But I think that they're getting too cookie cutter.
We have the same opinions.
Great. Fantastic. Glad we're on the same page.
Yes, from the gymnast perspective, I say, yeah, 2 passes, love it. But then as a spectator and someone that just likes watching gymnastics, I miss 3 passes.
Yeah. And, you know, what's a difficult decision, too, is, like, if you're doing a double tuck last pass, no matter if it's a 2-pass routine or a 3-pass routine, it gives the same value. You still get a 10th bonus, whether you're doing
No,
2
they
passes
changed
or
that
3
rule.
passes. Oh, they did. See?
They did. They
I need to read the
updated
rules.
it.
I need to read the rules. I'm sorry. I'm giving false information
so
here.
Now, in order to get the extra 10th for doing a double back in your quote-unquote last tumbling pass, it has to be in the 3rd pass, And if it's in the
Okay,
second,
good.
it has to be done in a combination.
through.
So something like a front through to double or like a round off whip back double tuck. You can't just
Okay,
do
this is
round off
fine.
back handspring double back. Yeah, they changed
Okay.
that one
Good.
last year, I believe.
That makes more sense now. Okay, I do remember this. See, this is why
But
we
that
need you, Tiara.
initial-
You need to correct me.
Yes. That initial rule change where people found that like caveat or that like flaw as to it not being specified and getting the extra 10th in the second tumbling pass is what sparked the whole 2 tumbling pass movement.
Yep.
That rule. I
Yep.
have a vendetta against that rule.
Yes. We just saw a very difficult tumbling pass. She did a front handspring double twist. So a lot of people you'll see either doing a punch double twist, which is an E element, or they do it out of a front handspring. She decided to put it in combination with that front layout in front, which is very difficult.
Super, super hard. Starting on balance beam now is Lydia Stoner. We definitely need these last 2 routines to be hits on Westchester. Lydia hesitated there. She was supposed to connect that front toss into a back handspring.
The nice thing is, though, you know, when athletes are doing that front to back combination, you can repeat that skill if it is a little bit off.
Yes, Lydia did not repeat it, which makes me think she's going to try to connect her back handspring to her front toss pike that comes up
Okay.
later in the routine. So
Smart.
I'm not sure if she'll keep it as a pike or just retry it as a tuck. We'll see, I guess, what she does now.
Nice. Come on. Does she have a front aerial? Now she's going to have to repeat one of those, so a tuck or a pike. But that was a nice pike. There it
Repeating
goes.
the tuck.
Nice.
There we go. Lots of
Wow,
front
she's done a
tosses
lot of
happening on
acros.
beam right
A
now.
lot of acro. But they needed that. They needed her to stay on the beam, and that is exactly what she did.
Yes, she fought through to the end, which is extremely important, making sure that little mistakes don't completely derail the entire routine.
And I'm not sure, I know I mentioned that they can repeat this skill. They can do 2 of the same skill, but
Yes.
I think there is a rule that she might get a little bit of a, what's the word? Not off the start value, but she's going to get a little bit of a deduction because she did 3 of the same forward acros. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like a composition deduction.
Composition deduction. I was like, it's not combination deduction, it's composition. Yes.
The judges like to see variety.
Yes. Sorry guys. It is only 9:15 where I am at in the morning. Haven't finished a full cup of coffee.
Yeah. The time change from the East Coast to West Coast.
Yes.
You should have just flown to Pennsylvania, you know.
I should have. Dang it. We could have just been there live.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd take anything. We got snow yesterday. I don't know if it's sunny over there, but I would take some sunshine.
No, they had snow here like 2 days ago.
Okay, never mind. I'm not going.
All right, both routines about to start at the same time. So on balance beam, it is Tatum McGuinn, and on floor, it is Addie Rothstein.
All right, since we saw a candlestick mount, I asked this to everyone, would you ever compete that, or did you compete that?
No, I am too scared to jump headfirst at the balance beam.
100%. And that was that combination pass that we talked about. She did a front through a double tuck. But yes, I have taught it to athletes, but I'm like, I would never.
I don't even watching people learn it, like, it just scares me so much.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, it's easy. I wouldn't do it, but it's easy.
Yeah. Tatum with a beautiful acro series front aerial right into a back tuck.
We are going to see another one of those 2-pass routines here. I know that based on her elite pass that she did a switch side half into a popa, getting all the bonus that she needs, and ends with a beautiful double pike. Doesn't get that extra 10th bonus, but she does. That is a D element. So she does get a 10th bonus based on that.
And Tatum closed out her routine with a round off 1.5, just a step forward on the dismount, but a hit routine, so that's at least a benefit for Westchester, something that they can count.
What was your favorite skill to compete on beam?
I'm not sure. Probably the dismount, because, you know, it gets
You're
you off
done.
of the beam.
That's funny.
What about you?
You know what? It's my full turns, okay? They were silly. They were fun. No. What did I really liked doing series. I did a backhand lay, and it was just like my favorite thing to do.
I could never fit 3 skills in a row on the beam.
I'm a shorter athlete, Tiara. I'm 5'2".
I am the same height.
What?
I think my back handsprings were just too long. Because
I definitely
when I was in high school and in club gymnastics, we would do back handspring, like in a row, just like as something that we did all the time. Like we would do single, it was single, double, triple. You'd get up and you do single, and then you do double, and then you do triple. And I could never land my triple on the beam.
Interesting. Okay.
It always went off the end.
Yeah, but I will say I do like an athlete that has a longer back handspring, because you want to use up the entire beam when you just do a back handspring layout. So you're doing it all right.
Wow, Sarah Getter, 2.5 twist on floor. Extremely difficult. That is another E level tumbling pass, I think.
D.
Or is it a D?
The same as
a D.
Value.
You're right.
But still, very difficult. So you have athletes that might be twisters, and you have athletes that might be better at flipping, and she obviously is a twister.
And we just saw an exhibition beam routine from Maddie for Westchester. I believe it was a hit.
Yes, it was a nice routine. And Sarah's cutting into her pass here. Round off 1.5 front layout. Nice rise in that
Beautiful.
second flip. And she does another one of those 2-pass routines. I can always tell when people do the 2-pass routines. You'll tell in their leap pass. So if they do like a wolf 1.5 or a switch side half, I'm like, this is a 2-pass. You're getting all your leap bonus.
Yeah. The wolf 1.5 is also a D. So you need 2 Ds in your floor routine. So if you only have, for example, 1 double back or 1 2.5 twist, then you need some other D skill. And if it's not an acro, it has to be a jump. So I feel like the most often one you see is a wolf 1.5.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to have a D element in your leap pass as well. Not leap pass, excuse me, but if you're doing a 2-pass routine, you have to have that D in your leap.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
I'm gonna put this routine somewhere just so you can. Okay, for that.
So many rules to remember in gymnastics, and then they go and update them all the time.
Right? Then you're like, I forgot about it now.
I know, I think I had to reread the new NQS calculation like 5 times to actually understand what was happening.
Yes, I was the same way, and I'm like, I still don't understand it. It's fine. It's fine. I do like how they're doing it though, because I think it does showcase which teams are very consistent throughout the season.
Yes.
So, yeah.
In the past, you could really just drop all of those scores that just were not optimal because you were only calculating it from 6 scores, and now you're using all of your meets, dropping the high, dropping the low, and averaging the rest of them. So teams that are consistent will have the upper hand in their NQS.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone's excited.
Sarah Getter, she got a 9.875 for that floor routine.
It's a great score for Sarah. Very well deserved.
Just one more exhibition routine for this rotation. Nora Sherman.
And a nice combination there that we just saw also from Sarah, that round of 1.5 to a front layout. That is a very popular combination pass. Don't see very many back extension rolls.
They always ruin your hair.
They do.
You avoid them. These girls spend so much time on their hair. You can't ruin it with a back extension roll.
No. Nice lead combination, great extension throughout, all the way through her feet. And her last pass here.
I will say I have really been liking the Cornell floor music.
Yeah, has been fun, and their choreography also has been very entertaining. Not so posy, which is nice.
Yes. It's often for me like a hit or a miss as to whether I like your choreography and your music. And this was a hit. I liked this. This is good. Good Cornell. Love.
Great work. You're doing great, sweetie.
Fire, same person. I don't know who it was, but bring them back next year.
Yeah. Did you guys typically bring in a choreographer?
Normally it was someone on our team that would choreograph our own stuff. I'm not sure who does it right now. I think it might be an alumni still, but we normally just had someone that liked choreographing do it.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, event summary. Do you want to kick us off with what you saw on Beam?
Sure. So Westchester, we unfortunately did see 2 falls, so we are counting those. But the highlights of this rotation for them, Tatum, 9.75 in that anchor spot. Not as high as what she's capable of doing, but after the rotation they had, it was very solid and something that they needed to wrap it up. Lydia Stoner, she did have those multiple front tosses, so just a 9.325, but still a hit routine. Gianna Smith, 9.55, just a few bobbles here and there. And McCarthy Keene, 9.6, solid all around, besides that leg lift out of her triple series. But overall, a little bit shaky, so Westchester looking to get back on track and really bring it for their last rotation on floor.
Absolutely. And Cornell over on floor, leading the way with Sarah Getter receiving that 9.875, as well as Josie Moylan also in the 9.8 range receiving a 9.825. A lot of great routines, a lot of 2-pass routines, and they came back very strong after DiFrancesco had the 8.975 on floor. So they totaled out to be a 48.475. Another strong rotation for Cornell. Now they're going to have to go to Beam, where they need to calm that adrenaline down and really utilize their cues on this last rotation. And we are going to take a quick break and we'll be back.
The 4-minute touch begins now. After 3 rotations, the scoring update. In second place, Cornell with a score of 142.625. And in first place, Chester with a score of 143.350.
We are back as they are finishing up their 4-minute touch warm-up on their last event. I am pulling up the team scores right now. So West Chester is still in the lead with 143.35. They've been very consistent throughout this meet so far. And Cornell just a little bit behind. They've gained some tenths here and there. So they're at a 142.625. Like I mentioned, they are going to beam where they're going to have to control that adrenaline that they brought over to the floor. And now, but West Chester gets to have some fun here on the floor exercise. Are you excited?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a floor party is what they like to call it, to really, bring up the energy, support each other. They're doing their huddles now, getting some last minute words of encouragement. getting ready to put up a great rotation.
Absolutely. I am very excited as well. Who are some standouts on this event for Westchester that we should be looking for?
We should definitely be looking for Kat Keener. She starts out with a front double twist, so an E element, and then also Anna Lacey, very capable of putting up high scores. She'll be in the anchor spot. But now, starting out this rotation for Westchester on floor, Lydia Stoner. Her cause today, she's competing to raise awareness for men's mental health. And then on balance beam, we're going to be starting out with Grace McLean for Cornell.
And Grace put that foot down. Very good. She was just a little bit off on that actually out step out, but covered it nicely, put her eyes back to the end of the beam. Wow, nice front tuck.
Something you don't see too often in NCAA.
Oh, it is such a tough skill to do. And a little head nod after that leap series. She is finishing this routine out very nicely. Another lead into her gainer full, stuck the landing. Great lead off by Grace McLean for Cornell.
Great start for them. Lydia on floor, she started out her routine with a Rudy, which is just a front 1.5 twist. Last tumbling pass here. 1.5 punch front layout. We talked about emphasizing that we want to see that second flip rise higher than the first flip. That's what the judges are looking for. It's not just us being nitpicky. Don't worry. But a nice hit routine to start for both of these teams in this last rotation.
Yes. It was a great start for both teams. And you want that in a leadoff, you know? You want somebody that is just going to go out there and you know that they're going to get a hit to set the tone for that rotation.
Yeah, everyone in the lineup is equally as important, but there is a little bit more pressure on that first person. And then there's always pressure on that last person if there happens to be a mistake somewhere in the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say, you know, the first and the last athlete can always be interchangeable. They carry typically that same load of setting the tone or ending or finishing out the rotation as well. Some of your best athletes are put in those spots. Now, she had a great series. Unfortunately, did have a slight bobble on that difficult leap pass. She went switch leap, switch leap. But comes back nicely with another combination of a cat leap to that side aerial. I love that she is bringing her eyes to the end of the beam after each element that she is doing. That is going to put your center of balance back to where you need to. And then dips her chest there. That seems like an easy element, but is actually a very hard thing to do. It is a D.
Yes.
And then a nice finish there. Cartwheel 1.5 and finds the landing.
On floor here, we have first year Gianna Smith. First tumbling pass opens up front double twist. So another front double. That E element we were talking about earlier.
Wow, it was bouncy, very big, very, very big. From that angle,
That
looked
got
like
a
she
lot
just
of height.
twisted a little early. She traveled from one end and went to the other.
Yeah, but then she managed to get a lot of height on that front tuck, so something was working.
Something happened, yes.
Gianna is typically an all-around athlete. We didn't see her on the uneven bars today, but she did compete in the other 3. And she finished out with that round-off double tuck in the 3rd tumbling pass spot, so did get the extra 10th of bonus.
That's one of our first 3 pass routines we've seen. Nice back handspring layout. She questioned it a little bit after she finished it. Good leap series. Want to see those toes point all the way through. She had a little flexed feet on that straddle jump. Last step. There you go. She brought those again. You kind of saw that she brought those eyes back to the end of the beam in order to
I would like to
save
see a
that.
little bit more of the legs up in that cat leap.
Yeah, so you're supposed to hit what they call a diamond shape in the middle of that cat leap, and she just kind of lifted her, or raised her legs. But ended nicely. Little bobbles here and there, was just kind of questioning her landing. So it's when you see them hesitate or just have some bobbles here and there, lifting their feet, not staying grounded.
But so far, Cornell with 3 hit routines on beam, so good start for them. And now we have Ali Subcheck on floor. Double tuck to start, a lot of height, and a great controlled landing. Combination pass, front full, front layout.
Back on the beam. Again, just lifting that front leg on the beam. It is a bit easier to control landings when you have 2 feet grounded on the beam. When you lift that leg, you just get a little bit less, balanced, obviously. But it just tells
Ali
me that a
Subcheck
lot of her... Go ahead.
wrapped up her routine with a Rudy in the 3rd tumbling pass, so I was gonna say another 3 tumbling pass routine.
Yes, we love a 3-pass routine. And again, there, this tells me that a lot of her weight is being pushed into her back leg. You want to be a little bit more forward. But finishes out great difficulty in that beam routine and finishes out with a nice round up 1.5.
You definitely want to be aggressive on your landings on beam. Beam is an event where holding back does not help you. And a lot of people try to hold back thinking it will help them stay on the beam. And in fact, the opposite happens. It typically causes you to wobble or causes you to fall. So you have to be aggressive with planting your feet and with, pulling your arms back down.
Yes, 100%.
Yes. I just saw you do it in the camera.
I did the movement.
I did the exact same thing.
Yes, and it's really important, like you mentioned, is just not just staying grounded, but that arm movement. You want to make sure the arms are doing the same exact thing and pulling down or pulling up, whatever your instructions are for that skill.
Yes. This is Michaela Burton on beam. Getting that full turn done right out of the gate.
Yep. I was going to say, it didn't look like she may have finished that full turn. It looked like part of her heel was off the beam. It was a combination, very difficult combination. She is going to have to repeat it, so she does need a series still. She looked on. It looked great.
It did. Maybe she just felt a little too rushed into the second flip. But unfortunately didn't perform that second skill.
Yeah, I'm curious if she is going to do something else in a different kind of combination. But this will be the first kind of major mistake that Cornell has on beam.
So you are required to have a flight series. So 2 acro elements in a row that connect. And hers was supposed to be a front aerial into a front toss. But she performed that front aerial twice, did not connect either time. Looks like she's going to opt to not do an acro series and unfortunately took a fall there on that dismount.
Yeah, so that start value, unfortunately, is going to be quite low. They are going to want to drop that score as well.
So this is where we talked about that first and last person having that pressure. So they have put up 5 gymnasts. So far, 4 have hit their routine. And we're just left off with Natalia Tyranny in that anchor spot who needs to hit so Cornell can drop that score.
That was another strong routine on floor, another 3-pass routine that we saw.
Yes.
Look at Westchester go.
Giving the people what they want.
Yes. Although 2-pass routines are still hard, don't get us wrong. We have just a little hot take.
I feel like it's not a hot take, and I feel like it's a valid take.
It is a valid take. I know, I said a hot take the other day on something, and no, she was like, I think that's actually valid. You don't need to say it's a hot take.
It's actually lukewarm.
Yes. But don't want to take away from the athletes that do a 2-pass routine. It is still a very difficult thing to do because they are adding in bonus in places that others won't be in their 3-pass routines.
I will say a lot of dance elements are very difficult and they don't come naturally to people. For example, I could not do a tourge a day half or a shrug, whatever you personally call the skill. I physically just didn't understand how to do it. I could do the motion on my opposite side, but then I couldn't hit a full split. So couldn't do that type of skill in a leap combination for me personally.
People have their strengths, and I was the same way. I was not the best leaper. Covered that nicely. Turned a little bit out of that jump.
A lot of people do those jumps out of the Rudy to try to control the landing.
There's that strug. I know, come on. Come on.
Hey.
Yes. Switch halves are very hard on beam, and you can tell there she just split a little bit early, so she had to cover it and had a big wobble. Man, cartwheels. Cartwheels were one thing on beam that I just never got. I mean, obviously I could do it. It was just something I wobbled on a lot.
Yes. These girls are required to do a backwards element acro and then something forwards or sideways. So that cartwheel does serve as a side acro element, fulfilling that requirement for her on beam. And she wrapped up that routine with a very nice stuck landing. So despite that big wobble in the middle, it was a hit routine, so they can drop that fall from Michaela. And then Corinne Gruber, also a hit routine on floor. Westchester doing a great job right now in this rotation, building up to the anchor, which is going to be Anna Lacey.
And this will be an exhibition, I believe, on the balance beam for Cornell. Let me double check here.
Yep.
Yes, because Tierney was the anchor. Wait. Excuse me.
Yes.
Michaela was. Oh, you're right. Sorry.
No, Tyranny was the
reading
anchor.
I'm reading things incorrectly. It's, like I said, not enough coffee anymore. So they, again, very strong for Cornell on beam. They didn't have to count the fall from Michaela, like you mentioned.
And this is the third exhibition routine today from Nora. So not quite breaking into that lineup, but proving that she can be a contributor on multiple events. That 7th and 8th person is still super important to the team.
Yes, I was just going to say what a great opportunity for her to be exposed to the competition feeling and being under the bright lights, if you will.
Figuratively and literally.
Yes.
I always remember going into an arena the very first time I competed a Jaeger on bars and just being absolutely blinded by the lights when I was like falling for the Jaeger because my face was straight up towards the ceiling and I got so disoriented. So literally the lights.
Right? But it was always the worst going into a different arena and you're like, ah!
Yeah.
And Nora doing well to fight on that landing.
Anna Lacey gonna wrap up her routine. Round off 1.5 punch front layout.
And Nora doing a great job here, finishing out round of 1.5. A great exhibition and a great person to have in that alternate spot as well. She can be put in at any point. And that is why
especially
we do that
as we
exhibition.
head into postseason.
Yep, exactly. Looks like we might have another exhibition here on floor.
Yes, we have one exhibition to finish off the floor rotation from senior Kara Vargo as we're waiting for that score from Anna Lacey. It's going to be close as to whether or not her score can push them above that 192 range.
Let's see.
We'll see.
These are official or unofficial. Scores are not in, but we'll see. Scores are official though for Cornell, so. Ooh, someone looks excited.
Let's see.
But yeah, Westchester's scores on floor have been very good, starting out with a 9.8, and then their lowest score is a 9.6.
So judges gave Anna Lacey a 9.9, which did push them above that 192 range.
just held on to that double pike too long. You want to see them spot the ground a little bit sooner so they know when to open.
Probably playing it a little bit safe to save those ankles too.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. She is a leaper. Beautiful extension. And a great way to finish out this competition.
That was a fantastic last rotation from Westchester, getting a score of a 48.875 on floor. That is their season high for this event this season. So right at the point in time where they want it. Hopefully they can repeat that next week at GEC Championships.
All right, so these are the official scores. So starting out on beam, Cornell came out very strong. They had a great rotation on beam. Unfortunately for Michaela, she did have a fall as well as the series that was not connected, but their best routine was from their leadoff, Grace McLean, 9.675, and they ended that rotation with a 9.55. So great overall rotation for them, receiving that 47.875, and then Westchester just took it home on the floor. Go for it, Tiara.
Blew it out of the park. Again, got a season high score for this rotation. Anna Lacey, 9.9, fantastic routine. Lydia Stoner starting off with a 9.8, and we had Kat Keener right in the middle there, 9.75, but also equally high scores. The score they dropped was a 9.6, counted nothing lower than a 9.7, so great routine, great rotation.
Absolutely, and we talked at the beginning of this broadcast, so Westchester just had a win, so a 192.225 to end their regular season, and Cornell receiving a 190.5. Not their best meet, but staying consistent within that 190 range. So with this win, Barbara Cordova has tied. Is that correct?
It should be.
Program all-time record of wins. So cool.
So very big day.
It is.
All right. Looking at our leaderboard. On vault in first place from Cornell, we had Cammie Whitaker, 9.775. In second from Westchester, Sarah Eskew, 9.675. Third, Gianna Smith, also Westchester, 9.65.
And on the uneven bars, Maddie McCullough from Westchester getting a 9.75. Sarah Eskew, also from Westchester, receiving a 9.7, tied with Sarah Getter from Cornell, also receiving that 9.7.
on
balance beam. In first place with a 9.75, Tatum McGuinn. In second, from Cornell, Grace McLean with a 9.675. And tied in third place, McCarthy Keene from Westchester and Lauren Goliotto from Cornell with a 9.6.
Very good scores. And taking it home on floor, Anna Lacey from Westchester with that ginormous 9.9. Sarah Getter just behind with a 9.875 from Cornell. And Josie Moylan, also from Cornell, receiving that 9.825 to be in third. And all around, there were no gymnasts that competed all around today. Is that correct?
I don't think so.
Well, there you go. There you have it.
So again, final scores, Westchester 192.225, Cornell 190.5. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Next week, both of these teams will be competing at Cornell for the Gymnastics East Conference Championships. So they'll be in Ithaca, New York. And one final thank you to all of our sponsors, IGC, USAG, DGS, Higo, and Synergy. And just thank you for joining me and Bailey. I had fun. I hope that you all enjoyed it as well.
Yes, that was such a great time, and thank you, Tiara, for being such a great commentator. See you guys next time.
Don't block it. I need to watch this. Live stream. Guys, that means we were in the live stream.
Doing our 9-7 shirts and adding to the WCU 9-7 club today, we have on bars with a new career high, Maddie McCullough with a 9-7. Also on bars with a score of 9-7, Sarah Eskew.
I want to do that. Guys,
On the balance beam with a score of 9-7-5, Tatum McGuinn.
Yes, please. Guys, should we go in the kitchen?
And on the floor exercise with a score of 9-8 and a new career high, Lydia Stoner. With a score of 9-7, Gianna Smith. Catherine Keener with a score of 9-7-5. Corinne Gruber with a score of 9-7-2-5. And tying her career high with a score of 9-9, Anna Lacey. And now for today's meet results. On the vault in third place from Westchester with a score of 9-6-5, Gianna Smith. In second place with a score of 9-6-7-5 from Westchester, Sarah Eskew. And in first place with a score of 9.775 from Cornell, Cammie Whitaker. On the uneven bars, tied for second place with a score of 9.7 from Cornell, Sarah Getter. And from Westchester, Sarah Eskew. And in first place on the uneven bars with a new career high, Maddie McCullough from Westchester University. On the balance beam, tied for third place with a score of 9.6 from Cornell, Lauren Goliotto. And from Westchester, McCarthy King. In second place with a score of 9.675 from Cornell, Grace McLean. And in first place on the balance beam with a score of 9.75 from Westchester, Tatum McGuinn. On the floor exercise, in third place from Cornell with a score of 9.825, Josie Moylan. In second place with a score of 9.875 from Cornell, Sarah Getter. And in first place from Westchester University with a score of 9.9, Anna Lacey. Our team results from this evening. In second place with a total team score of 190.50, Cornell University. And in first place with a total team score of 192.225, Westchester University. Those are our meet results for the competition today. We do have one announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, with today's win, head coach Barb Cordova equals the school record for career wins in Westchester gymnastics history with win number 177. She is now tied with her former head coach and mentor, Sandy Fields. Congratulations, Coach Barb, on win number 177. Thank you all for coming out today for our competition. Please drive home safely. We kindly ask that you please exit the gym in a timely fashion as we are hosting our annual Golden Ram Classic Invitational Meet immediately following.